What's good, Ravens fans? Today we're going to react to Colin Cowherd talking about Lamar Jackson versus Tom Brady. Let's jump right in. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And thank you.
Now, let's be honest about it. Lamar Jackson's a lot better than Tom Brady. And it's not particularly close. Passing first downs, Lamar, more. Third down efficiency, Lamar was better. Yards per play, Lamar. Red zone, Lamar. Possession, Lamar. And that was on the road, missing his top receiver and top tight end for big chunks of the game. It's not close. Lamar is much better. To be great.
So I want to, again, I appreciate the Lamar praise. Y'all know I love Lamar. I know you guys love Lamar. I know Ravens fans as a whole love Lamar. But Lamar has been one of the top quarterbacks in the league for a while. So I don't know if this is anything new. I know people love Tom Brady as well, but Tom Brady is in the last stages of his career. Now, again, I understand it was on the road. It was a big game. Lamar is great, but I don't want to take one game and make that a testament to players, right? I don't like when they do that against Lamar, so I can't really when they do it for Lamar as well. Now, when you take Lamar's entire career and you see he's one of the most winningest quarterbacks in NFL history, then we can talk about something. But one game, like I said, he got the GOAT this game. That is true, right? But again, we gotta get the GOAT in other ways, right? We gotta win some Super Bowls. We gotta win some playoff games, things like that. But again, Lamar is great. I think he's great. But one game isn't a testament to his greatness. His entire career is.
In the NFL in 2022, you got to give me some horsepower. Mahomes, Matt Stafford, Justin Herbert, big arms. Lamar, Josh Allen, Kyler Murray, athleticism. Once experience is your secret weapon, and that's Brady's, you're old. And in 2022, I need some Lamborghini. I need some Ferrari in the biggest matchups. I mean, you can win a lot of regular season games and a lot of games with Ryan Tannehill and Tua and Kirk Cousins. I'm not saying that. I picked Minnesota to win their division. Last year, Tennessee was the number one seed. But when you get into these big battles, Brady, Lamar Jackson, in the key moments last night, it's not close. That second half of that football game, when you get off the script and your athleticism, your arm talent really comes to the forefront, no more scripted plays. It's not close. And yes, Lamar can make all the throws. Last night, he completed more throws, significantly more throws than Tom Brady, with far fewer attempts and with far less talent around him. He lost his star tight end and his number one receiver, and he was on the road.
And so here's another thing, too, I want to point out that he said. Again, I'm not going to talk about him, talking about Tom Brady. I'm not going to do that. That's not this channel. But when he talks about the fact that Lamar had less throws, that's something that I think we need to point out going forward too, right? When we compare Lamar to a player like Kyler Murray has bad throws too. But when your bad throws comes in 40 attempts, right? When you have one interception for 40 attempts, they're gonna come at you that way, right? Lamar Jackson, if he had 40 attempts, his numbers would be grandiose as well. He would have 350 yards a game. We've seen him do that, right? He would do that. But the Ravens always have him, at 20 throws a game, 25 throws a game, right? When you do that, then it looks like, oh man, he has one interception. He only threw the ball 20 times. Well, yes, that was a bad interception or whatever. But if he would have thrown another 10 times, he wouldn't have thrown another interception, right? That's not how it kind of works, right? When you have these high volume, it's not linear, for example, right? Just because you throw one interception in 10 attempts doesn't mean you're going to throw two interceptions in 20 attempts, right? So I just think that's something that we should point out as Ravens fans more in defending Lamar is that, yeah, the impact that your quarterback is having in the pass game is a little bit bloated because your quarterback, Kyler Murray, I'm just using him as an example because he's a close comparison, is throwing 40 times this game, and you guys only scored 20 points. Lamar Jackson is throwing it 20 times, running it 6 times, whatever, and we scoring 30 points. That matters, you know. Sorry, it does.
Brady looks old, distracted. He wanted power in New England. Now he has it. He looks lost. He's never been mobile. He looks like a quarterback with absolute limit. By the way, again, we wish Tom the very best, and Giselle. It has been a daunting last year for Tom privately, and especially the last couple of weeks, and we wish him the best. But I'd like to change the focus to Lamar Jackson.
Thank God, please. Thank God.
By the way, when he came out of college, I had real doubts because I called executives in the league. I've been doing this 30 years. Like people doing this 30 years, you know, I have connections around, and they said, I got my doubts, so I did. But I'm not stubborn. A lot of people are. When you go to a gym, and you should go to a gym, you should work out at home, a gym, walk on a trail.
And here's another thing I want to talk about, you know, going to gym. No, I'm joking. When it talk about people being stubborn, they really do set these things in their mind for you. And once these things are set in someone's mind, it's really hard to get it off you. Again, there are some players who have done it right. So, for example, Josh Allen has done a great job of getting that label off of him, and I think Lamar's next to do it, especially when he wins a Super Bowl.
Bill, you 99% of the people that go to a gym will never be Mr. Universe, and they know it. They don't even want abs, but it's a better life. You feel better, things digest better, you'll be better in life later. You drive to work feeling a little healthier. You know when you go to the gym, you don't have to be Mr. Universe. But it's better. Less chance of having a chaotic physical issue later in life. For the Lamar Jackson critics who say this, he's not this, he's not that. He'll never win a Super Bowl. That's my favorite. Sure? All right. I didn't know you could see into the future. A lot of great ones. Dan Marino never won a Super Bowl. Aaron's only got one, and he ain't close now. So I'm going to hold off on saying Lamar's not going to win a Super Bowl. If that's your big punch, you don't have much of a punch. But like regularly working out, when Lamar Jackson's your quarterback, you're in better shape. You're going to avoid a lot of crisis. It's going to be better driving to work as a coach and a general manager and a scout and a wide receiver. Lamar Jackson is 41-15 in the regular season. That's the 6th highest winning percentage of all time. By the way, his passer rating.
Wait a minute. Let's talk about it, guys, because here's the thing that I hate so much that people do, and it really drives me insane. It really does. I hate it when people only take quarterback wins for quarterbacks they like, right? So let's, Tom Brady, quarterback wins mean everything, right? Patrick Mahomes, even though Patrick Mahomes is, of course, supremely talented, quarterback wins mean everything. For all these players, quarterback wins, Jimmy G people, quarterback wins mean everything, right? And again, if you want to make quarterback wins an important measure, fine. I don't control the football world, but then give respect to quarterbacks who win. Give Lamar Jackson his respect. Why would you say Lamar Jackson can't win in the playoffs? One, he has a playoff win, right? You think Deshaun Watson can win in the playoffs? You think Josh Allen can win in the playoffs? And again, Josh Allen got what, if I remember correctly, 2 quarterback wins in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? We gotta take that into account, guys. Let's take it into account. Lamar Jackson performs at a high level, and if quarterback wins are important, then let's say they're important because he has them. That's all I'm saying.
For those who say he can't throw, is higher than Peyton Manning's, Steve Young's, Dan Marino's, Joe Montana's. Oh, you want current ones? Josh Allen and Kyler Murray. Working out. Maybe he doesn't win the Super Bowl, and you'll never be Mr. Universe. But that's just part of it, right? A small part of it. That's really sometimes random. Would you have guessed 2 years ago I said Matt Stafford's going to Super Bowl? Well, he wasn't in Detroit. He went to L.A. And he's probably going to get 1, and that's it. But
And also, again, Lamar Jackson doesn't have any good players on offense to throw the ball to other than Mark Andrews, right? Let's get him a receiver that can really dominate, who can get open consistently, and let's see what he can do. Come on now. It's just not right.
Don't want to be is one of these 15, 16, 17, 18 teams where you're driving to practice. You're going into a season knowing in the biggest matchups with a Mahomes or a Josh Allen or a Burrow, you are completely, utterly, physically outclassed. And you never are, ever, 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 ever with Lamar Jackson. Get over it. 41-15. That's unbelievable. That's the 6th highest winning percentage ever. Well, he may not win the Super Bowl. Let's say he doesn't. Let's just say right now, he doesn't. Dan Marino didn't. Did he not make many people rich, many people happy? He made the owner happy, the coach a legend, players around him a legend. Let's say he doesn't win a Super Bowl. Let's say Charles Barkley, he's never going to win a title. Yes, crushed him. There's never going to be another Brady. There's no more 6-7 Super Bowl guys. You got to sign Lamar Jackson.
You do got to sign Lamar Jackson. And I think another thing that we do as fans sometimes is that we get to a point where we are just consistently talking about Super Bowl wins when not that many quarterbacks win Super Bowls, guys. Right? You have to remember, literally for the last 10 years, 10 to 15 years, Tom Brady has won half of those Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying? And then, other half are by teams that are more complete than we are, right? Again, we go back. Matt Stafford won a Super Bowl, not because of him. It was because of Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey and Cooper Kupp. Patrick Mahomes, that was because of him. Russell Wilson, when he won his Super Bowl, it wasn't because of Russell Wilson. It was because of the defense, right? The Marshawn Lynch, all these players. So, quarterback wins, Super Bowls, just a little bit too hung up on this.
I didn't think he was going to be this good, but I'm not stubborn. Nobody in the NFL thought Justin Herbert was as good as he was his first 2 years in the league. Are you then going to say, he's no good? Everybody's wrong. That's not anonymous, right? Everybody's wrong. Just don't be stubborn when you're wrong. Lamar is a franchise quarterback. And the second half of that game last night, he had world-class winning plays, long drives with his feet, making great throws multiple times. Listen, you can make mistakes in life. Don't double down. Second half last night, Lamar Jackson was 8 for 8 with 2 touchdowns. I mean, I'm not sure. I think the word is perfect. I've said it before with Baltimore. I've said this yesterday multiple times on the show. I bet Baltimore almost every week and I lose. They can drive you crazy. But I said yesterday, I think their problems are solvable. And their big problem before last night was, God, they're bad in the fourth quarter. Well, they weren't last night. And they weren't because Lamar Jackson, who I had my doubts on, I'm all in now. I
like that. I'm going to stop it here. Again, you guys know I'm a fan of Lamar. And honestly, we're going to win a lot of games this season. If you look at the second half of our schedule, it's pretty easy. But it's about what we do in the playoffs. So John, Lamar, they got to come together, and we have to give our best performance in the playoffs. I like what Colin Cowherd said. I agree with him. Again, Lamar Jackson, I think, is a superstar and honestly one of the best quarterbacks in the league when you take into account everything he does. There's only a handful of quarterbacks that you feel like, regardless of who we play, we have a chance. And Lamar is one of those quarterbacks. So I'll take it any day. Thank you guys so much. Subscribe, like, share, comment. I'll answer back. Thank you guys so much, and go Ravens.